Hello and welcome to 5th grade science. I'm so excited to get to know all of you this year. What I'd like to do is take some time and go over a few things and see if we can try to get to know each other a little bit better. Let me start by saying that if you were in my live class on August 26th, you do not need to watch this video because we've already done this stuff in class. Okay, so the first thing I wanted to do is go over our science schedule. Our total schedule, but science also. So you've already received this, or you should have. This is our 5th grade schedule. So we start off with homeroom from 7:30 to 7:50. And we then have unified arts. Now, unified arts are like your specials from the elementary school. Okay, so each section has a different schedule. So you want to make sure that you look at your schedule to see which unified arts you have. You'll have two different ones back to back. Your first one is from 7:50 to 8:30, and then your next one is from 8:30 to 9:10. After that, you're either going to have language arts or math. So you need to check your schedule again to see which one you have. During that time from 9:10 to 10:30, you'll see a live lesson at the start of class, and then most likely you'll have some time to work independently. Your teacher will be there to help you during that period, so it's really good, if at all possible, if you're able to be there during the day, during our live lessons. It's a really good idea for you to be there, because that's when we can really help you. So please try your best to be there, and then you don't have to watch the video that I make. After that, at 10:30, from 10:30 to 11:10, you will have either science or social studies. So if you have language arts in the morning, you will have social studies with the same teacher. Okay? If you have math in the morning, then you'll have science. Okay? So it depends on whatever your schedule is. All right? After that, you'll have lunch from 11:10 to 11:50. And then you'll come back on, and from 11:50 to 1 o'clock, you'll have the opposite of what you had in the morning. So if you had your language arts and social studies in the morning, then you'll have your math and your science in the afternoon. If you had your math and your science in the morning, you'll have your language arts and your social studies in the afternoon. Okay, so then from 1 to 1:40, that's that science or social studies time. Okay, and then from 1:50 to 3 o'clock, that's normally from 1:50 to about 2:30 is your ISTA time, and if you would be in school. But since we're virtual, that's going to be time when you can work on your homework, any assignments that you've gotten. If you have any questions or you need extra help with anything, that is a really good time for you to contact your teacher. You can email them, and we can get together and we can help you with anything that you need help with. Okay. Now my section is, we have each of the teachers in 5th grade have different sections. My section is going to be 5P, and that is my morning science class. So my class that I have from 10:30 to 11:10 is my section. Okay, and then Mrs. Hicks is my partner, and I will have her kids from 1 to 1:40. So that's her section. Her section name is 5A. So, like I said, this slide's just a reminder that it's really important to join the Zoom lessons on time. We will be checking for attendance. So if you can be on, you really need to try to, because it'll be really good for us to help you during that time. And then Google Classroom is where you'll find all of your lessons, your assignments. You can go under topics and find important websites and anything you'll need under there. Really, that is what we use for everything. And I know Mrs. Hicks is going over some of that in more detail with you. If you have any questions, you can let me know. Okay. Also, if you haven't gotten a binder already and the supplies that were listed on the supply list, it's probably a good idea to get that so that you can put tabs in and create the different sections for each of your subjects. It'll help you to keep nice and organized. And being organized in 5th grade is a really important thing. You also need to find a quiet place to do your work. And I know that isn't always easy at home, but try to find a spot in your house where it's quiet so that you can work on your things. Okay, make sure you take your schedule and put that in the front of your binder or in a spot where you can find it easily, because you'll need that until you memorize your schedule. Eventually, you'll memorize it. Okay, so for science for today, I went over the schedule a little bit. So in class today, what I wanted to do is show you a quick video clip. It's Kid President. Maybe some of you have heard of him before, but he has a really good message, and I would like you to watch that now.
There's a lot that the kids need to know. A letter to a person on their first day here. Today, over 360,000 babies will be born, and you are one of them. Welcome, this is the world. It's a pretty cool place. There's lots to see, smell, there's corn dogs. I'm getting ahead of myself. There's just so much to do. Singing, dancing, and laughing. Laughing's the best. It's especially great when you laugh and milk comes out of your nose. But only if you just have milk. Otherwise, it's just gross. Some days gross things will happen. Some days awesome things will happen. Some days you'll get ice cream. And some days you won't. Some days your kite will fly high. Some days it gets stuck in the tree. It's just how it is here. There's plenty of reasons to dance. You just gotta look for them. Don't worry though, you won't be doing this alone. You're gonna meet lots of people here. Some of them will be really nice and some won't be. It's not that they can't be, it's just, maybe they're just having a bad day. Being a person is hard sometimes. You should give people high fives just for getting out of bed. Oh, high fives, I forgot to explain that. How do I explain this? It's high fives are like hitting someone who is your friend. That's really bad. Just treat everybody like it's their birthday, even if they don't deserve it. Because we all mess up sometimes. The biggest mess up, not forgiving each other's mess ups. Maybe you'll be a teacher. Maybe you'll be president. Maybe you'll cure every disease ever. You might even see the Grand Canyon, swim in the ocean. This is so much. It's a lot. Try this. Take a breath. Isn't that amazing? It's called breathing. You're gonna do it a lot, and nobody knows exactly how much. So enjoy it. Pay attention. Take brain pictures. Because amazing things will happen every day. You're gonna do so much, but it's not about what you do. It's about who you are. And you're awesome. You're made that way. You're made from love, to be loved, to spread love. Love is always louder, no matter what. Even if hate has a bullhorn, love is louder. So let your life be loud. Let's shout to the world. Things can be better. It's okay about all the mess ups. Corn dogs rule. Sorry, I'm just keep bringing that up. I don't think I told you this yet. We're really glad you're here. We don't say that enough to each other here because, well, life gets busy. You're gonna be important and you're gonna do a lot and you're gonna smell great, but don't get too busy. Remember to let everybody know you're glad they're here. You don't have to remember all this right now. You're gonna need a pep talk sometimes, and that's okay. For now, remember this. You're awake, you're awesome, live like it. Hey, I'm not only
Okay, so one of the things that Kid President mentions in his video clip is that the biggest mess up is not forgiving people who mess up. And I think that's one of the things that I wanted to mention to everyone is that, you know, we're all human. We're going to make mistakes. We're in a time when things are unknown and different, and we'll get through it together. And we're going to need each other's help. We're going to be a family. And that's one of the greatest things that I love about Schuylkill Valley, is that we're a family and we'll get through this together. So at any point, if you have questions or you need my help with anything, please feel free to reach out to me. Send me an email, send me a message on Google Classroom, and I'm here to help in any way that I can. If you have questions, just let me know. Okay, and we're going to get to know each other. I'm going to do a little activity, and I'll explain that in a second. But the first thing I wanted to do is kind of go over some of our online learning rules. And I know, Mrs. Hicks will probably go over some things with you guys too, but these are my basic rules for my classroom. Ugh. Come on. There.
Welcome to your classroom. Usually, when we start school, we're able to meet our friends and our teacher in a classroom in the school building. This year will be a little bit different. We'll see our friends and our teacher on the computer, or as we like to say, virtually. Let's talk about our virtual class rules. We have 4 rules. Number 1, be ready. 2, go to your study area. 3, microphone muted, camera on. 4, be respectful. Number 1, be ready. This means being on time, being dressed, and having a smile on your face, ready to learn. Number 2, go to your study area. We want you to have a nice quiet place where you can work with no distractions, no toys, no TV, no food. Rule number 3, microphone muted, camera on, so you can see your teachers and your friends. Rule number 4, be respectful. This means raising your hand when you want to speak, listening to your teacher and classmates, and really thinking about your learning. With these 4 rules, we'll be ready to learn, ready to have fun, and able to learn just as much as we would if we were in a classroom with our teacher and classmates.
Okay, so now that you've seen some of the online learning rules that I'd like to follow in our classroom, what I'd like to do is try to get to know you a little bit better. So let me go back to, this is a getting to know you activity. And now you are going to have, I have my morning science class and my afternoon science class. So what we're going to be doing is creating a license plate. And let me just show you. I'm going to open the morning groups so that you can see it. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to create your own license plate. And then I'd like you to complete this assignment tonight so that it's ready to go for tomorrow, because what I'd like to do in class tomorrow is discuss some of your likes and dislikes and why you chose to create the plate you did. You're going to add your name and your likes and dislikes in the speaker notes section at the bottom of the page. So I will come back to that exit ticket. Now on this page, there is a reminder here of just some kind of rules and guidelines for us to follow when we're collaborating online and we're working together. You need to follow some basic rules. 1, only comment when assigned. 2, comments need to be appropriate, relevant, and kind. Number 3, all content must be appropriate to a school setting. So, for example, you should have respectful content, appropriate language, and if you're unsure of something, is appropriate or not, just ask your teacher. And number 4, never edit, type, or delete anything another classmate's slide on another classmate's slide, or even on the master slide or on my slide. So it's really important that you only work on your own slide. If you accidentally do something, that's okay. You can just hit the back arrow, and I can always help you fix that if it was a mistake. Okay, so this page at the bottom shows us each slide number. So the first slide was the title page. The second slide is the exit ticket, which I'll explain in a second. The third slide is the slide assignment, and the fourth one is mine. And then if you take a look at each slide, you need to find your name. And so, for example, Avery is going to be working on slide 17. So you want to go to slide 17, and that's your slide, and that's the one you'll be working on. Okay? If you have questions about that, please let me know. So let me go to my slide. So this is my license plate that I came up with, and it is Science Rocks. And I'll go over that in class a little bit and talk a little bit more about myself when we do this together in class. Okay, then as you can see, each license plate after that is just a blank template. So that's what you're going to be writing on. You'll click on this part right here and here on the other page, and you can then edit it and come up with your own, something that fits you. For me, I love science, so that's why I came up with Science Rocks. So see what you can come up with for your license plate. Okay, and let me go back then. Like I said, please work on that assignment tonight and turn it in so that it's ready for tomorrow. After you've completed the slide, I'd like you to click on the exit ticket. And then I just want you to complete, there's just a couple questions on here as a first day exit ticket, which is also due then tomorrow. Okay, if you have any questions about anything, please feel free to send me a comment, or you can send me an email and I can help you out that way.